Okay, Jideka, it has started. Now you can go on. I've started recording.
This is a business game by Group 12, Circle 8, badge 2017, 14th of July. Next slide, please. Our team members are Seth Johnson, Helen, Ogundale, Fabian, and Charity. Next slide, please. Text 1 is said that you have received all the information needed in order to become managers/leaders in the MMM global community. Now you have an important task. Enter a new country and create MMM global there. This new country will be Thailand. As starting resource you have internet, 18 knowledge received in the scope and $50,000. Develop a new action for a week. You must specify the number of registration and contribution you will achieve over this period. Then our solution, next slide please. Our solution, officially, we have to know the background of the country we are entering, and this country is Thailand. We already know how many square kilometer it is. According to our slide, it's around 5,013 kilometers square. Is the 50th largest country in the world, most popular. So we are expecting people. Next slide, please. Population of about 66 million. Then we have a target to target the capital. We have classified the countries that this Thailand is bordered with, like the Malaysia and the Gulf of Thailand. Continue. Next slide. Fast. We already know the country that is so, and we have a preparatory plan, and this is one to establish a great and enabling friendly environment with Thailand on social media, introducing them to ideologies, benefits, and operations of MMM. Then the second, we declare our intention to visit Thailand, hence make inquiries about accommodation, location, transport, securities, logistics, all we are going to need when we are in Thailand. Then the next one is we get them acquainted with the detailed plan, especially the list of places we are going to, the seminars and the programs we are going to organize. Then since the local, they might have other local language, we also need interpreters. Next slide, please. Then our objective is to plant and establish the ideology of MMM in Thailand. Then our target is to register 2,000 members with an expected $300,000 to provide help that will be provided into the community. Just our prospective target as students, youth, adults. They have to be more than 18, just like our MMM. Then we have our action plan, which is the 5 well-informed members of the. Then we have to create a social media page that will be titled like something like MMM Thailand, maybe on Twitter, Facebook, and hosting of seminars. Schools and major cities. Seminars will be conducted twice a week with an estimated audience target of 300, where we will share banners, handbill, posters, souvenirs, consumer materials to enlighten people. Next slide. Upon arrival, we are going to choose the capital city, Bangkok, and then accommodation. We are going to Chariot Hotel Riverside here in Bangkok. Then we will need protocol officers, interpreters, good ones we are going to work with, security too, and then offices. Then our action plan. Can you make it bolder so you can see? Our action plan. Our action both the seminars, the cost of facility, the money plan, the seminar and everything is there, and our total is $70,600. Now, $58,000 we have $32,400 like this. Then with of 10 people with the minimum of 10 registrations, we are going to achieve 100 registrations. We'll talk up to 700 registrations. Continue next. Our tax 2 is the week has passed now. We have four men. The average contribution of a participant to the 10 people, minimum 100 registrations a day, which won't be because the week has passed. We have 700 registration already. Structure is around $300 using the regulation of MMM global. We must provide at least 30% growth in terms of the contribution. And we already know that this 300 is they also need a bonus. The first 4 weeks, the marbles will be frozen. So if we have 50% increase in registration, that is about 700 members in the next 4 weeks. That means by the end of the 4 weeks, we should have about 2,100 participants. Next slide. So by then, the contribution for that 2,100 will end, since they are contributing average $300. At the end, we should be expecting the grand total of
$2.1 million. $2.1 million.
$1 million exactly. So to continue to be able to pay participants, we must keep registering new members. Please. So newly registered members. Then our tax 3 a month has passed.
Let me take it over from the tax 3. So that somebody will take it from 6 to 7 and then to round it up. So I will quickly take the tax 3 to 5. Having a month pass, we are hundreds, and the same plan for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculation. We need to take into account the dynamics of growth, that is the number of new participants and contribution for the next 4 weeks. So the results we have here is that the week 1 we have $197,000, which is the 30% on the the previous $210 plus the $20 of registration bonus times 700 new participants plus the $120,000. So that gives us $197,000. Then for the week 2, we have total of $574,000. For week 3, using the same calculation, we have $861,000. And for week 4, we have $1,148,000, which gives us a grand total of $2,780,000. So the weekly contribution for the second month, by so doing, we'll be able to pay those that will GH from the first month, those who have provided help. And then the weekly contribution for the second month will now be as follows, with average contribution of $300 and 50% growth. So for week 1 now, we have $300 times 3,544, which will give us $1,063,200. For week 2, we are going to have $300 times 5,316, which will give us $1,594,800. And for week 3, we have $2,392,200. And for week 4, we have $3,588,300, giving us a total of $8,638,500. So now with $3,588,300 PH from at least 11,961 participants, that is at $300 each. For the 11,961 participants to be paid their 30% Marvel growth and $20 registration bonus, the following has to be considered. Number 1, $1,063,200 for the payment of the 30% for the 11,961 participants at $90 each. Now, the second thing that must be done is that must be considered is that $2,392,200 for the payment of $20 registration bonus to the 11,961 participants. That also must be made available. Now, for the tax 4, after 2 months that we have the number of participants and deposits that we have calculated, now we can calculate what we need to organize within the next month. A week after the start of the month, there is a local holiday. Now, this is the area where we are going to experience a drop in the number of participants that is coming into the community, because their attention has been shifted to their holiday and their festival, which they have to prepare for. And we need to maintain either the same number we are getting every month, or we need to increase. So the solution is that we conduct a SWOT analysis to know the areas we've had progress, where to improve on in order to make the community stronger. So below is the cost implication of MMA Thailand restoration. Promotional materials, t-shirt, face cap, $1,000. Mobility, $800. Publicity on TV and radios, $1,500. Miscellaneous, $500. And the total is $3,800. So the continuation now, after applying 30% growth rate, $20 registration bonus and referral bonus for the month, the payout will be based on the chart we have at the top here. It's going to be for the first week $7,535,640. The second week is going to be $1,883,700. The third week will be $470,820, while the fourth week will be $117,600. The total of $10,007,766. So with the recent development, which involved the holidays activity, registration have dropped drastically to 75%. The following measures will be implemented. Number 1, pause mode. Then, number 2, for any GH request by the participant at this period, some calculation will be used, which is current pH minus total pH multiplied by the amount. So depending on the available funds, where X is the coefficient determined by the team, which is the percentage or whatever amount that we want to multiply it with. So then another thing we will do is that we delay the matching of the provided request a bit in order to balance the GetF request based on the current calculation. We can defraud days of Mavro. The defraud days of Mavro can be extended to at least 1 more week, even after the payment has been made, to enable the team keep the system running. So the fifth task now is that it is necessary to analyze the plan of action in this situation. If the plan didn't work out, and what are we going to do? We go back to the drawing board and establish what went wrong, our mistake and negligence. How many participants and contribution will we need to stay afloat? The needed resources and tools to help us get back in operation. Then we need to start over again from the beginning and avoid future occurrence. After this, the next line of action is to engage the following to save MMA Thailand from restart. We teach them the ideology of MMM, we train more guiders, then we introduce strong promo and the use of Bitcoin. Then another thing is that we advise them to make use of testimonial videos. Then we encourage them to make use of social media. Then if we have 1,000 downlines, we will reach 1,000 people, which will result to new participants averagely 30,000 new sign-up, meaning more deposits. Then we organize leaders training program for all participants and encourage them to register at least 10 new members each. So we conduct a SWOT analysis to know the areas we've had progress. Then below is the cost implication of MMA Thailand restoration. For the restoration, by doing all what we have explained earlier, is going to cost us $7,148,400. Then some expenditure were made in order to promote MMA Thailand since the festivities that brought about panic and massive withdrawal. Below are the expenses incurred. For the promo, $1,000. For mobility, $800. For publicity, $1,500. For miscellaneous, $500, which is $3,800. So now if we subtract it from what the amount we have, the current expenditure is going to be $25,800 balance. So you can pick it up from here. That's 6. Yes.
During this month, the payment increased to 7 days. Referral activity almost reduced to 0. The old members do not attract anyone and do not make contributions to. In virtue of this situation, a pause mode is implemented in which all the old Mavros are frozen and will be available for withdrawal when the situation will right itself. Now, deposits grow. So, with respect to the recent development, as sport mode was activated, Old Marlborough Zone and Marlborough Road will cease, pending when the system is fully functional. We will create a YouTube channel to broadcast video of happiness and other MMM-related videos since our plans are not working out. We will sensitize and explain to them what pulse mode is all about and the reason for that. Though the MMM personal office, we will also work hard to rebuild their trust in the community by educating them on past experience from other countries. We will have to continue with teaching of MMM ideology and work towards eradicating their fears and panic. That's way some people may start registering again and introducing number of participants we have at hand and also the available fund. Marlborough's will be complete transparency of MMM will also go a long way in reverting to the community back fully functionality. We will try to move more active in the community and also be on ground. We will make them to understand that MMM is a community of people, by the people, and for the people, by engaging in seminars, presentation, till the end of the course. We'll also carry an intensive sensitization on how MMM. Then that 7, your effort has been insufficient to reverse the situation. A restart take place. Then, after the results, some serious negative impacts of the members and unfavorable negative. Once the restarts take place, alright, then what we are going to do is to introduce an online repetition, non-stop seminars and presentation, Bitcoin, also increase Marlborough Group to compensate them, outstanding help for other countries through testimonial, social and media. There are several results. First of all, we will consult all the leaders of other countries and manufacturers, Sir J. McBrody. With this trust, we will be responsible. Next, evaluate our work. Correct again. Eradicate them more on the concept of exchanging in with Bitcoin. Back our massive awareness of what should happen by explaining to those who lost their money what really happened to the need to avoid that in the nearest future. We shall source funds from other countries by registering. Then, non-stop seminars and presentation, tools used and knowledge acquired. A 12-man team will, with a registration target of at least 10 people daily, a high-speed internet broadband, training and advertising of MMM ideology, training people to MMM ideology with the following knowledge we acquire from the guidance school, creating Facebook community fan, YouTube channel, Google Doc Sheets, Slide, Bitcoin wallet. The team will be able to promote MMM Thailand and MMM Global. We will be able to continue to promote MMM. Then, this is our presentation. Thank you.
All right. So we look forward to favorable response from our mentor, and we believe that with these few presentations we have done on behalf of ourselves and the members of the circle, we have been able to put it across to the mentor that we have really acquired enough information and enough knowledge in Guidance School. Truly, MMM is the best. So together we can change the world. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jideka. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I believe we can round up now, and I'll work on the video and then upload it on YouTube. So the link will be dropped for other members to attach it tomorrow. Thank you very much. And those that are unable to join us, Yeah, I believe it will be due to network.
Yes.
Okay. So good night.
Good night.
Good night.